Man, talk about a Monday so far, guys. Happy Monday, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, stocks are moving all over the place today. Look, we got a tweet from President Trump this morning, like we do pretty much every Monday, right? The stock market popped after that tweet, but since then, we've given back the gains, and now we're actually going red. The S&P's down 0.05%. The Qs are down 0.5%, so the Qs have been slipping. The Dow's still up a little bit, about 0.3%. Dow's up 150 points, but the Russell is falling off a cliff. It is down 1.3% as the VIX is slowly creeping back up towards 31, 32 as WTI is up over 103 a barrel, up 4% on the day, and Brent crude oil's up, 2.5%. It's at 108 a barrel. So let's just dive right into the video, guys, break down what President Trump said this morning. We'll break down the charts, stocks that I'm looking at right now, and we'll go over one that I just added more of, and some of you guys might be able to guess which one that is. I just bought some right before the start of this video, and man, that stock's getting nailed. We'll cover it here in a couple of minutes. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, consider subscribing, join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, all that stuff. Link down below, pinned in the comments. And let me just bring you guys over here to X, and we can see exactly what is going on with the president right now. So we got a video. I got excited. I thought this was him addressing something regarding the war, right? Iran, the Middle East, but it was actually just, a White House app just came out. So I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about, the White House app. I thought we were going to get some, news regarding the war. We didn't, but we did get a tweet this morning, like I said, which ended up pushing up the market for a little bit. But now we're giving back the gains. So the United States of America, President Trump tweeted, is in serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime, all in caps by the way, to end our military operations in Iran. Let me actually make my screen a little smaller here so you guys can see it. Great progress has been made, the president says, but if for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, and possibly all desalinization plants. Did he spell that wrong? Or maybe I can't read today. I don't know, guys. Which he says we purposely have not yet touched. This will be in retribution for our many soldiers and others that Iran has butchered and killed over the old regime's 47-year reign of terror, says the president. And again, this was on Truth this morning, but I don't have Truth Social. I have X, and I follow this account that posts the reposts, right? So essentially, he's saying if we don't get a deal, shortly here, and he's saying great progress has been made, which I don't know if I necessarily fully believe that. We're seeing what's going on with Pakistan, trying to be the mediator. We're trying to see what's, we're potentially getting there, but I don't know if we can say great progress has been made yet, but he's essentially saying if we don't get to a deal shortly here, he's going to obliterate all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, which how is Iran going to take that? That's a threat. That's a straight up threat. Iran's not going to like that. And they already said no to that 15-point plan. Obviously, the U.S. doesn't want any parts of their 5-point proposal they sent back. So it's like, this is not, it caused the market to go up a little bit this morning, but this is not great news. If anything, this is like almost a re-escalation here if we don't get a deal shortly, because if we start going after Karg Island, all these electric generating plants, oil wells, whatever it may be, we get boots on the ground, which we talked about yesterday. Hopefully, people are saying it's going to happen, people are saying it's not. Hopefully it doesn't get there. But man, this is just not going to be good in the short term for the price of oil, for the economy. Global recession odds are already going up. But that's what we're hearing out of the president from this morning. And we did get some words from Marco Rubio. We can see here. Let's come down a little bit. It looks like here Rubio did say that we are well on our way and ahead of schedule right now. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Iran's weapon production facilities will be completely destroyed during this war, and we're going to destroy the factories that make those missiles and those drones that they are using to attack their neighbors and the U.S. and our presence in the region, he said in an interview with Al Jazeera. We can see if we come down here, I think he said we're going to be done in the matter of weeks, not months, which we've been hearing this, right? I mean, of course they're going to say this. The Secretary of State says most of United States military objectives in Iran will be wrapped up in the coming weeks, and it won't take months to finish the war. I genuinely hope that that's the case, really, guys. Rubio said we are well on our way to destroying the majority of their arms factories, and we're well on our way to significantly degrading their missile launchers. So that's kind of an update. Nothing too crazy. Again, that tweet we got this morning popped the market up, but then we kind of got shaken back to reality. You know, it's like, hello, wake up. You grab somebody by their shoulders, you freaking shake the crap out of them. Yo, what's up? Why are we moving up on this? It doesn't make sense. And now the market is coming back down, right? We're down pretty much across the board except for the Dow, which honestly, I would not be surprised if that gave back the gains. We were up 150, 60 points earlier in the video. Now it's up 130 points. So the Dow's already giving back gains. And let's just break down these charts. The SPY is trading at 633 right now, and it's clear that, okay, we popped this morning and we got hit right at that 180 moving average. And am I surprised? Absolutely not. Why would I be surprised? You know what I mean? This is what we've been talking about. We've been downtrending. I said in my video last night, this could very well be the relief rally, what we started to see in the futures market, which led into this morning. I said this could very well be the relief rally that the market needs before sending the market lower. Right? And that's exactly what's happening. We're at 633. SPY hit 640 this morning, and we're pretty much right back to where we were on Friday in the aftermarket, which was right around 629, 629.50, 630. So if that level breaks on SPY, we're going to be right in this gap right here, potentially down to 618, 620. That could happen this week if things get ugly. You know, if we actually get word, okay, we're nowhere near a deal, right? Trump's just saying this, and then we actually get the U.S. to attack all these facilities, escalate things more. If boots get on the ground, right? Blah, blah, blah. This could easily come down to 615, 620, maybe lower. And the Qs could be playing in this window right here. Down to 550, 545, which we're right at 560 now, testing that big support, which if that breaks, yeah, I think we're going down to 550, maybe lower. So interesting times, guys. Interesting times in the market. And I couldn't help myself. I nibbled a little more Micron today, ticker MU, which keeps getting bludgeoned. And I mean, look, it has to do with the Iran war a little bit, but it's mostly due to turbo quant, right? Turbo quant. And yeah, the overall market selling off, again, it has to do with that. But turbo quant is spooking memory investors right now, you know, and I think it's a perfect opportunity. We made a whole video on it. I don't necessarily think turbo quant, first of all, it's in the research phase, right? They're going to present their research soon here, and we're nowhere near that being actually implemented in business yet. If it even does, we don't know. There's so much unknown around turbo quant. And people are freaking out about it, right? And sure, it could be a problem in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe. But in my opinion, I think this is an overreaction. I've been saying that. I nibbled a little bit of Micron at 360 as well. I believe, was that Friday or Thursday? Either way, I bought more there, and I pretty much told you guys every $25 this thing drops per share, I'm gonna keep chipping away at it, nibble a little more. So I added more today, literally right here at $327.75. So I was able to bring my average cost all the way down to the mid 300s now, which I am very comfortable with that. And people are there are a lot of bears in the not a lot of bears, quite frankly, but there are some bears in the Micron video comments I make. They're saying, oh, we're going down to 200, 250, which, okay, potentially we go down there and I lose money on this stock. Could happen, but I just don't see it. If you look at the 1-year chart, we're right. We're kind of doing the same thing we did back in the end of last year. We saw a couple drawdowns, right? Couple drawdowns here, breaking trend a little bit. But we recovered strong. If you guys really pay attention to the price action here, Micron back in November saw a pretty sizable drawdown. We're talking 27 to 30% right there. And it popped, saw another little drawdown, and then it just went nuclear. Kind of like what we're seeing here. We saw the pop, drawdown, pop, little drawdown, pop again into earnings. Now we're getting a pretty sizable drawdown, definitely more than before. Yeah, we're down 31%. I think this is a buying opportunity. If you guys look at the chart, this looks very good still. If you look at the 3-year time frame, yeah, you could be like, okay, it's overbought, but we're in a once in a generation super cycle right now for memory, so not every indicator is going to look perfect. But this to me is getting too oversold. It's just getting too oversold, man. I mean, if you look at this 4-hour chart too, look how good Micron looks. Genuinely, even if it could come down to 305, 300, I just don't see it coming lower than that. If this trend breaks, I'll be honest, I'll start worrying a little bit. If we do start taking out this trend line right here, right at 300, 310, it might be, we might be in a pickle in the short term. But even then, the fundamentals, if you just focus on the fundamentals, this is not just a chart play. The fundamentals are super strong. They're trading at 5 times forward earnings, like 20 times trailing 12-month earnings. They're growing like crazy, you know what I mean? The guidance was through the roof. So it's not like we're just playing the charts here. This is a good play on the charts, all while the fundamentals are even better than the charts, which makes me comfortable holding through some volatility on these charts. That the fact that the fundamentals are so strong will give me some more wiggle room in this name. Right, if this was a stock that the fundamentals were a little, and the stock was pulling back like this, I would be nervous. But the fact that their fundamentals are very strong, yeah, turbo quant's a risk, but I think it's overblown. This makes me confident to just hold here, add more, and again, that's what I did, and I brought my average cost down, to the mid 300s, which I think is great, considering I think we're going well over 400 towards $500 on this stock. Again, I think it's going to get there. Do I think it's going to 1,000? I'm not going to go that far, right? I'm not going to go that far, but 450, 500, I'm locking in gains on this thing. On to the next. But I'm accumulating for now. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. We're 13, 14 minutes in here. That's pretty much it though. I'm not buying a bunch of stocks here. I'm being patient, sitting on some cash, putting some to work as I see opportunities. And I think I mentioned Coherent yesterday. If it gets under 200, I'm getting back in. It's getting there. Coherent's getting clapped today, guys. 10%, 219. I'm not surprised. We talked about this, and yeah, I think there is a chance we get a sell-off similar to what we got right around earnings. If you guys remember, we hit 250, dropped all the way down to 165. I think I got in right around here. I traded this dip. I bought at like 185, 190, sold over 200, made some good money there. At this point, I think we're in that similar type of drawdown, but I want it a little lower. If we can get Coherent, maybe at 200, 205, I'll start nibbling. Anywhere under 200 in the 170s, 80s, I'll be a heavier buyer. And part of me wants to wait till we get there. I'm already in this AI trade right now. I'm buying this dip pretty heavy in a couple of names at least. So for me to get back into Coherent, maybe I should wait a little bit more. That's what part of me is telling me. Wait till 180 if it gets there, right? But yeah, 200 is tempting on this name. So I'm watching it. What do you guys think? I'll wrap the video up here. I don't want to make it too long, but let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button. Consider subscribing and join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates. Be a part of my private Discord. That's linked down below. Also pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Good luck today and this whole week.